Disclaimer: homophobia is a serious topic and should not be treated lightly. We completely agree that homophobia is bad. This video is meant to be a mockery of homophobia because we hate it so much.
Disclaimer, no, we do not think that the ENHYPEN members are gay. They could be, but that's neither the point nor our business. We just saw pretty colors and our rainbow glitter brains went awooga, okay?
Okay, let the serious-ish theory begin!
What is the one thing every queer person has done? The one thing many of us, queer or not, still continue to do? Run. We run from others' expectations, we run and run and run. But no matter how hard we try, eventually we always get caught. We all know it. Sometimes it's the fear of coming out, sometimes it's the fear of falling in love, but oftentimes it boils down to the fear of being different, being something else, and sometimes you just want to change yourself. ENHYPEN'S FEVER, if viewed as an allegory for the queer experience, tells the stories of Hisung, Jake and Sunu, Sanghoon and Nikki, and Jungwon, and how they struggle with internalized homophobia. Of course, we will be referring to the characters played by the members by their names, but please remember that these characters are not the members. Everything in this music video and in this theory is fictional. Know that. Arguably the most obvious part of our theory? Here, Hisung desperately tries to pull himself out of the closet, but...
Wait, what's he saying? I don't speak Korean.
Neither do I. Plus, what he's saying doesn't mean anything.
I thought everything meant something.
Only when it actually does. Anyway, as I was saying, this black fog, a manifestation of gay fear, pulls him back in. He can't escape, just like everyone else.
Ooh, let me just... Similar to Hisung, Jake and Sunu can't handle the societal pressure, so they break up. They represent the reality of many queer people, too scared to date even though they're in love, for shame. Another couple, the couple we like to call the Netflix gay couple. Their relationship is toxic. Sanghoon is obviously enamored by Nikki. Nikki is in denial. Nikki isn't gay, he's just having fun, exploring his sexuality, if you will. But instead of being normal about it and saying, "Oh boy, Sanghoon, I'm not so sure about my sexuality and I'm still figuring things out, so please understand that," he decides to manipulate Sanghoon into staying closeted with him by using special vampire hypnosis magic. Nikki is a vampire, by the way, and as the wise Olivia Rodrigo once said, "You suck your teeth into me, bloodsucker, fame crusher, bleeding me dry like a damn vampire." Nikki even dabs here, so obviously he knows what he's doing.
On a more serious note, to prove that Sanghoon is eating Nikki's lies up, he literally eats the hypnosis necklace, symbolizing how he internalized Nikki's feelings of shame and fear regarding his own sexuality. In general, these three storylines center around internalized homophobia, and they set us up for the next stage of the overarching story. If the black fog is the embodiment of society's expectations, then the rainbow glitter is the embodiment of homosexual or romantic desire. Or to be more succinct, gay.
Remember how he said Nikki wasn't gay? Well, he actually is gay. He's just in gay denial. And he knows it, here. He seems to realize he can't hide it anymore, yet he still tries. He tries to wash the glitter off, but he can never truly escape it. You could say he's selfish. He stays with Sanghoon but refuses to be with Sanghoon. But it's understandable that he's scared shitless. People hating you is not fun. Because of that, this sort of denial is actually a very common reaction when people realize that they're queer. Another very common reaction is depression. Hisung, closeted for the fear of being judged, is only able to lay hopelessly in bed and keep laying and laying and laying and laying and laying. Mood, honestly.
We haven't talked much about the lyrics of the song up until now because it makes more sense to talk about it all together. The song is originally meant to depict some sort of forbidden love, which is...
It's a metaphor for capitalism.
And homophobia, sorry. All these lines show the internal struggle very clearly. You want to love, but you can't because so many different people have told you multiple times that it's not natural or something equally cringe. So the lyrics are very queer allegory. That and the entire chorus is giving, "You're so sexy, but I'm a boy, and you're a boy," shaking head emoji, crying face emoji, throwing up an in pain emoji. This whole music video has been very sad, hasn't it? But not to worry, as we are both allergic to sad endings, you'll be glad to hear that there's a happy ending to the story.
After a lot of laying around and self-reflecting, Hee-sung suddenly does something quite unexpected. He gets up.
I woke up in a new Bugatti.
And his surroundings are bright, one of the brightest sets in the entire video, and it all feels so hopeful. He rises and he starts walking. He's sure of himself now, he's ready. Here comes Hee-sung, and because this is a music video that takes many liberties in forms of storytelling, his literal presence in Sunwoo's life is enough to snap Sunwoo out of his whole internalized homophobia spiel. The light quite literally passes from Hee-sung to Sunwoo. Then it goes out. Sunwoo needs a moment to think, to truly realize that it's okay to be gay, but eventually he does. He's rainbow and he doesn't try to wash it off, he just looks, just accepts. And he helps Jake accept as well.
Sunwoo isn't going to stop at helping his boyfriend out. No, he's been awakened. He's going to try and help Sunghoon get over Nikki. Unfortunately, the Nikki hypnosis necklace Sunghoon ate managed to flow all the way from his esophagus to his small intestine and then through his bloodstream to form a chain around his heart. Sunghoon's heart is quite literally tied to Nikki. But didn't we promise a good ending? Sunghoon pining after Nakamura, definitely straight, I swear. Nikki, Ricky, Dicky, and Dam. Note to viewers, no hate to Ricky the real person, only Ricky the imaginary fever character we made up for the singular theory. Doesn't sound very good ending-y to me. Well, that's because we've yet to touch on the story's savior, Jungwon. Jungwon has a part to play here? We didn't just forget about him like Jay? Well, yes to both parts. We didn't forget about Jay, it's just that the only special thing he did lore-wise was sit in the shower sadly.
However, unlike Jay, Jungwon actually has a huge part to play in this. Unlike the other characters in this story, he doesn't go through any depressive phase or Netflix-worthy sob love story. Instead, Jungwon stays assured throughout. He's the only one to hesitate running away from the gay fear. He wants to stand his ground. He's okay with being gay. He's been okay about it for a while. He looks so out of place with all these questioning and unsure individuals. But since everyone else is running, he runs too.
And he gets eaten by the black fog. But that's okay, because he ends up breaking free from the shackles of society's expectations and becomes gay Jesus, leading the whole group into gay victory. Look, he even has a halo here. He's the one that goes up to Nikki and knocks some gay sense into him. So much so that Nikki feels empowered enough to take on the mantle of being the center of the little gay dance gig. So now that everyone is nice and okay with being gay, they can finally celebrate. Jungwon leads them for their last little gay dance of the video. So let the goat confetti fall, let the sprinklers go off, and let the lesbians rise! Because Fever could definitely be read as an allegory for the queer experience of internalized homophobia. And heck, we just did that. Are we gonna talk about Jay being Mothman?
What? No, that isn't important to understand.
Because he ends up breaking free from the shackles of society's expectations and becomes gay Jesus. Bombastic up-eye. Criminal offensive up-eye.